This is just a quick video just to go over something real quick that I genuinely have a problem with. Not really DeepWoken itself, but the community this time. The community themselves at this. So a while back, a few months ago, maybe no, actually I think about a month ago now, Agamatsu and a bunch of our content creators pulled up an issue. And the issue was that when you're getting depth ganked, it could be 7 people versus 1. Just get depth ganking a guy, right? This unfair 7v1. And he has to be above 75% to void because of the new change. That's not fair because 7 people attacking you, it doesn't matter what build you have, 7 people attacking you are going to be below 75, most likely in a matter of seconds, right? So they added a system. The more player tags you have, the lower the percentage of you to void is. This is wonderful. So when you get 4 people attacking you, it goes down and down and down by 5% every person after the first, right? So if you have 2 tags, it becomes 70%. The first tag is just neutral. 3 tags goes down to 65, 4 to 60. You understand the point, right? So today my guild is ganking and they're in depth ganking and they're getting beat up by, well, they're getting outnumbered because there's 2 guilds allied on them, jumping them. I go down to help and I get there a bit late and they all start retreating. So 3 of the guys walk into me and one of them hits me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I can take this guy. Another one comes and hits me. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, maybe I can handle. And then another guy I see in the distance, he's coming towards me. I'm like, no, that's too many. Right now I'm about like 71%. I got 2 tags, perfect. Let me drink a healing pot, go straight to void. So I'm gonna show you the clip right now. I go ahead, drink the healing pot, go straight to void, and this enemy, he knows how to circumvent the system and basically break all of the work of the developers. In DeepWoken, there is a thing you can do called My Bad All. Now what this does is if you accidentally hit someone, you can remove their combat tag. Fine, right? Problem with this is removing the combat tag also resets the threshold of voiding. So when you're in depths getting jumped, and keep in mind, depths is supposed to invoke fear. It's a dangerous place. You have the risk of losing your slot. But that doesn't mean it's just a one-way, trip. You do have the layer 2. You can jump into the void. This opponent then says my bad all and makes the game appear to the system like it was a 1v1. Therefore resetting the threshold back to 75% and I wipe. Now, the problem with this is it's not necessarily the game's fault. The developers had the right idea, It's not fair that I'm getting 3v1, so I do have the option to void. Right? It's not fair that you have to fight a 3v1 so you can just go into layer 2. The problem is, now people are using the game's own systems against it by completely nullifying what the developers have made. The developers made this system to stop this exact thing happening. Dying to 3 people and not having any way of saving your slot. With this saying my bad all as your opponent is falling into the void, they've just completely destroyed the work. So basically the system doesn't work at all. Meaning right now, you could get 7 of your friends and depth gank. When he tries to void at 60%, 50% maybe, because it goes down to 40%. When he tries to void, all of you, my bad all, at the exact same moment, and he dies. He wipes. He didn't have that escape option anymore. It's not fair, but the players of the community are using the system against itself, and this is honestly, in my opinion, this is straight up void cheesing. They didn't deserve that kill. They hit me twice. They didn't deserve that kill. That's why I avoided. And yet they can make it seem like a 1v1 and I avoided at 71%. This is honestly, it's really sad for the community to go to this level of desperation where they would find any way to circumvent things. The community will use scripts, they'll use macros, they'll use whatever they can to get their way in DeepWoken. And the devs, honestly, I really feel for the devs because they're trying. They're listening to community feedback. They're adding countermeasures so this things doesn't happen. And the community is just taking that and spitting it back in their face. It's not too bad for me because I can have, just eventually, I guess, pass down my deep spindle and my stuff and just remake the build. But the fact that the devs went out of their way to, make sure the game is fair and balanced and the community always finds a way to circumvent it is just sad. And I think it's sad. And I spoke to a moderator. He said, yeah, it looks like one of them said my bad all as I was falling in the void at that exact moment. And because of that, they couldn't restore me. I'm just disappointed in the community, man.